After the true nature of the Patriot Act came to light, support for it dwindled to mainly the die-hard Bushies. They felt that as long as their man was at the helm, it was strictly about fighting terrorism, and as I said before, if you were against the Patriot Act, you were for the terrorists. When President Obama was a senator, he supported curtailing some of its provisions. Now that the levers of power are in his hands, he has done a 180 and is now fighting members of his own party to keep the heinous provisions he previously tried to get rid of. Conservative Republicans who thought the creation of the Department of Homeland Security under Bush was a good thing are now finding that under the current administration, it is targeting many of them as potential terrorists. It wasn't long after Judge Napolitano was confirmed to head the DHS that memos leaked out that once again showed that too much power given to those you like will come back to bite you where it hurts when the baton is passed to your opponents. If you have expressed too strong a pro-life opinion, you are now viewed a potential terrorist. If you've taken a strong Second Amendment stand, you are now a potential terrorist. Even disgruntled returning Iraq war veterans are now potential terrorists. If you have expressed a concern for adherence to the Constitution or have openly supported third parties, you are a potential terrorist. If you sport crazy bumper stickers on your car, you are a potential terrorist. None of you folks out there have crazy bumper stickers on your car now, do you? Last but not least, if you attend Tea Party rallies, you are really a potential terrorist. Now, I'm going to add to what Jim Compton said earlier about Real ID, because shortly after Spendell became governor, he began secretly purchasing biometric technology for PennDOT. He did this secretly by inserting, quote, technology upgrade line items into the budget. And eventually, State Rep Sam Rohr figured it out, and he's been fighting it ever since, and Jim's been helping to fight it. The biometrics basically takes a face print of you when they take your driver's license photo. The face print is similar to a fingerprint. Now, if any of you folks have unpaid traffic tickets and one of these cameras in Lancaster spots you, the technology is now in place to have Big Brother breathing down your shoulder before you even know it. At the beginning of my speech, I quoted Ben Franklin. I think if he were alive today, he would be hankering for another revolution, as would Thomas Jefferson and many of the other founders. I think they would be proud of what we are doing here today, because we are in the beginning stages of a second, albeit peaceful, revolution. Yeah. Sam Adams would be especially proud, having named our events after his first historic Tea Party. I believe these Tea Parties and civil liberties enjoy broad-based bipartisan support. I didn't come here today to pitch for any particular candidate or party, but to alert you folks to some of the details of how Orwellian our society has become. I also hope I did not come across as too doom and gloomy, because I have suggested solutions to close with. If you are as concerned as I am about the issue, I ask you now not only to continue to support these Tea Parties, but to leave here bound and determined to do something about it. As I said earlier, get involved in defending our civil liberties. Join the Campaign for Liberty. Start writing letters and emails to your representatives. Become a pain in the butt to them. I'll be glad to help you. Make sure you are registered to vote. I hate to say this, but you cannot help the cause if you cannot vote. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to rebuild our body politic from the ground up. So I'm going to close with this. If each and every one of us here today would leave here committed either to run for local office at the next opportunity or to go out and recruit a like-minded person to run for local office at the next opportunity, the effect would literally be earth-shaking. Think about it. Just a couple years from now, All of us, or people like us, making the decisions that affect our civil liberties. Those cameras would be in a scrap bin before you know it. I want to thank you for listening.